Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ruben, and today we're going to continue on Mitch's Leone, pulling his engine apart. Mitch actually managed to get in a service manual from the US, which has proven to be very handy. So follow us along as we dive in and find out exactly what has failed on this little motor. Cheers.
That's facing up. That's slid up there. That holds up.
Your mount bracket, there's one bolt halfway out and the other bolt's missing on it. Have a look.
Is that when we had to do the exhaust stuff? Oh yeah, okay. It's a lot of antifreeze coming out of the exhaust.
Yeah.
God, this thing must have been leaking so bad. Yeah, so that came off, created an exhaust leak, which I failed a waft on, which I thought was a gasket.
Yeah.
So put a new gasket in, but I couldn't bolt the manifold up.
Yeah.
So you guys had to take it off, put a cut in it, I think somewhere like a flex thing or a cut on one side, I thought.
This flange wasn't here. This is an EJ flange. Your manifold was one complete unit up to the turbo.
And it couldn't move.
And they warp, yeah, they couldn't move. So the flange in here allowed us to bolt the manifold on and then bolt the turbo on.
Yeah. That's what I understand happened.
What there really should be, there should be a flexi in between the two halves. The EJs have got that.
Yeah, so it can move.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened is it warped, stressed it, and then ripped the threads out of the heads.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you reckon? Exhaust side coolant going through exhaust side.
Yeah, it just means just coolant in the cylinders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope the bores aren't like rusty.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible, but hopefully you ran it enough, and hopefully the coolant was. Because I mean, if your coolant's like got a high glycol content, it won't actually rust.
Oh, okay. Well, I did do lots of fresh coolant in it.
Yeah, it rusts if it's gone acidic, but if it's still got its reserve alkalinity, then it won't rust. So.
Should be right.
Yeah, that's good. Manifold off, exhaust been clean. That's easy.
Yeah, I was very, very worried about that part.
So for those unfamiliar with the EA, that's the coolant gallery and these are your intake ports. So normally on the EJ, of course, you've got your coolant port here and then your intakes on the head, but they share one gasket, and you saw that it's pretty chunky. But yeah, if you get a little leak between these two parts here, you get coolant straight into your cylinder heads.
Should I peel this one?
Peel it off.
Oh,
Ooh.
it's very, very brittle. Oh, it's just like wet cardboard.
Yeah.
The sensation. Spring chicken. Oh.
Yeah, that hasn't come off in one piece. Mmm. That off. Does that come off before the cam belt?
Yeah, it's driven by the accessory belt.
But you can't change it without pulling the cam belt cover off.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. So, these are feared because... Actually, believe it or not, this side's actually got all of its covers kind of intact. I do have one side, but I don't know. What's the bit? It's the side that's not broken.
Oh, you got the back side. Oh, beautiful.
That's the only one I could get. God, I hope it's that side.
It doesn't appear to be.
Damn. That's the one side that's broken as well. Oh, this. I don't even know how you get around. Do you just do nuts and bolts to hold the covers on? Because you could probably get longer bolts and just kind of washers and...
Well, the trick is use a rattle gun, for one.
So shock it.
To shock it, yeah.
And then what? Vice grips on the back.
Yeah, and we can only hope. As well. Yeah.
They just spun, didn't they?
Oh, we got this one. 3 out of 4.
Should I leave?
Yeah. Hard as I can on that.
Okay, you ready?
Yep. Nice.
Oh gosh, Ruben. No holes.
No holes. No tool. No worry. Nope.
Just push it in.
Just, yeah. That's how you break it loose.
Yeah, go in and then out.
Yeah.
Just exercising the bolts. The different lengths. Expect that to have a little hat.
causes that? Jesus. That smells burnt. It's almost like we've had exhaust going over this bolt. I wonder if that's exactly what's happened. Interesting. So, you can see here, this has actually been pushed out of round. We can come right down here and you can see it's pushed that ceiling ring out. You can almost see that it's pushed the gap out of here, and I think that that crusty head bolt was this one here. So I think we were getting exhaust gases into the head bolt, which is yeah, not very good. I might have to purchase a very long, deep tap to go in there and tidy that thread up. I might have to do that on all of them, actually. It's kind of a pain, but yeah, you can definitely see this is where our head gaskets failed, at least on this side. I think there was more water in the other side, so we'll have to see on that one as well.
So far that's 4 things.
We've got more to write it down.
And then I'll go out and see what I can get.
I found you one that blew coolant into the cylinder.
Oh my god. Holy.
Oh no.
Oh my god, I'm actually surprised it ran.
Right, so what's the deal with this one? So we had combustion in both of these cylinder head bolt holes, and this one's obviously had the water ingress. So where's the... So it's funny, it's like it can be crazy. Yeah. Well, the bore's not rusty at least.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's the rings and the bore and stuff, because I don't want to have to do rings and rehone it.
This piston has been well steam cleaned.
Yeah, no carbon build-up.
Yeah. That one here to mine.
You're just draining the coolant out of the cylinders.
No, it doesn't look too bad, Mitch. Have a look.
That's good to hear.
So you can see where the water's sat. There's
Oh,
the tide marks in there. But you can still see cross-hatching.
And not gouging from the rings getting destroyed by the coolant.
Yeah.
So it's actually probably a good thing that it didn't make the truck home. Because it probably.
Well, that was a very advanced failure.
I don't think I would have made it. Around the other side of the hole there. All that work, you've already got it. That's not Nescafe or Nestle. That's car diarrhea.
What am I? Dysentery. Oh, some nice little chunkies in your pickup there.
Oh, it's just.
Yeah.
I might have to do some scrubbing.
God, the amount of silicon on this. Oh yeah. So, EJs don't take a gasket on their pan.
Yeah.
Silicon Don. This has been resealed, and they must have gone, well, EJs don't take a gasket, so these mustn't. But they do. And you can see there's like an embossing which is supposed to press into the gasket.
So
it'd be a recess. You see, like that little recess there. It'd be all flat with just those recesses if it was designed to be just silicon.
Gotcha.
So they've essentially purely siliconed on a gasketed sump, which is the opposite of what normally happens where people put gaskets on non-gasket sumps.
Yeah. Right, so I'll have to scrape all of that off.
Yeah. And I figured because there's so much coolant that had gone down in there, we would never get it out.
No.
So that's why I figured, we'll just take it off.
And that's probably going to leak anyway.
Yeah. Just get rid of it.
Well, I do have the gaskets, so...
No.
Wow, that's bad. Good grief.
Crazy design. I'm not used to that.
It's like mud. Just like oozing out.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And the other reason for taking it off as well is so now I don't have to worry about shit going down those holes.
Yeah.
So as we clean the deck of the block, I should just clean it and it's going to send all the shit down and it'll just come straight out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, these dowels, they're solid dowels, like what you'd find on the bell housing. So when I pull them off an EJ, I just rip them out and screw them up and put new fresh ones in. But these, because they're solid, if I pull them out, I'm going to chew them up and then I'm going to have to come along with a file and get rid of all the high points.
Yeah. So we might just have to leave them in there and just go around it.
Well, you just cannot get a good job with leaving them in there. I know a lot of people do, and I'm just like, no, that's a half-assed job. Do better.
Are they a standard size, or I can get new ones?
Well, I mean, they could be, but it's waiting around for new ones to come in. Sounds like a shit idea.
So to say, God, what's the options really? There's not room.
We pull them out, and we clean them up.
And then are those actually removable on these?
Yeah. There's a lot of fucking minced up damage on the surface. Oh, it's that exhaust gas getting pushed past. Yeah. Once it's got a path that it can run down, it just chews everything in its way.
It's me, just like eating the veg. He's like, oh yeah, that's pretty good.
I'll slap a gasket on that.
Oh yeah. Wow, in this situation.